Welcome back to the Crude Project, everyone. I'm here with Ant and Kevin the Two Cent, and as always, we've got a great episode for you guys. Today, we're going to be talking about a controversial topic. Ant?
Seems the women's Denmark team, they want to get paid the same as the men's, and the men decided not to get a pay raise until they got equal pay?
Yeah, I believe that's kind of, we'll dive into it. But before we dive into that, if you guys enjoy the content, please like and subscribe, and let's go. So, I came across this article, right? And the article kind of read that Denmark's national soccer team refused, Denmark's national men's soccer team, to be clear, refused a pay increase until the women's, their counterpart, they got the same equal pay. I dug into it a little bit, and we all know there's this huge debate always about women in the sport industry,
right.
wanting to get paid about the same. And there's always women's national team for U.S. was this whole debate with them. I think they even went to court and all this stuff, wanting to get paid more because they were arguing that we're better than the men's national team. We've won more championships. We've won more World Cups, and so there was this whole debate. And I believe they did get paid, and the court ruled in their favor.
Really?
Yeah, and so but this was about the Denmark's national team, and there's a whole controversy and whole debate about this. A lot of people are like, absolutely not.
Oh.
And a lot of people are like, well, why not? And so I thought this was kind of interesting, and I wanted to get your take on it, right? Kev's take on it. Because in my opinion, you guys know, I follow soccer heavily. I've played soccer before for many years. And so the amount of, for me, it's about the revenue that men's team generate compared to the women's team generate, right?
True.
How many tickets do they sell men's compared to the women's? How much do their stadiums get sold out? Things like that. Merchandise and all this, just the overall revenue that the men's generate for the team compared to the women's. So for me, it's that. If your numbers revenue-wise are up there, then sure.
Why not?
Why
Just
not?
Makes sense. It's a 1-for-1. But if a lot of people in the U.S. could easily relate to the NBA to the WBNA.
That's a very good point.
Because I have never once seen a lot of people rant and raving about the WNBA.
Yeah.
As they do the regular NBA. Most of the times, it's just, I think the last time the biggest news was about the WNBA was the controversy they had about
Caitlin Clark.
Yeah.
And
that had nothing to do with performance, points, score. I think it was like after like a foul or something like that. It was like drama. It had nothing to do with the sport. It was all drama related. Which yes, there is a lot of NBA players who are, running people over their cars, beating their wives, killing people. And that's drama too. But I mean, you're also talking about, did you see that game? LeBron put up so many points. Or did you see this? Scottie Pippen.
Right.
Which is, I don't know many sports players' names, but I know Scottie Pippen.
That's back in the days.
Back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Larry Bird, he's still hooping, right? Is he still?
I mean, maybe in his bedroom.
Is he alive still?
Little paper balls down in the trash can.
Larry Bird. I don't know many names, but either way,
no, the Bird ain't.
No, he's done. He's cooked. I think I don't know what team.
Retired
I'm not even gonna say what team I think he
Celtics.
played for. I was gonna say that. Let's go. Let's go.
I know my shit a little bit. I'm not as good as Stephen A. Smith, but you know what I'm saying. I'm
out there.
I got a little bit of knowledge. You know what I'm saying.
That was cringy. I don't know why I did that.
Speaking of Stephen A. Smith, I'm gonna come back to him. Okay, I will come back to him.
Okay. But yeah, so most of the time, whenever we just depict a women's sports, Unfortunately, the WNBA doesn't apply to that rule, and every time we see it, it's just like missed layup after brick by brick. I mean, it's really bad, and in all honesty, they probably are much better than I will ever be at basketball,
Well,
but
yeah.
nobody...
And much taller than you'll ever be.
Some of them are crazy tall, dude. I don't understand. But it just doesn't... It's not a one-for-one.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the revenue they make is not there. You don't see major celebrities courtside at the WNBA.
No. I mean, okay, so we brought up Caitlin Clark, right?
Yeah.
Sure, the controversy and they were getting some eyeballs because of the drama on the foul there was a whole lot of drama about the foul. The foul, honestly, was if you guys pull up the foul on Caitlin Clark, it was I saw it. It looked very deliberate.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
It was on purpose. It was very deliberate, and it was caused by someone who clearly was jealous of the fact that Caitlin Clark is actually putting up numbers. She is one of the people in WNBA that is kind of carrying WNBA and bringing attention to the WNBA because of the fact that she is putting up numbers. Now, sure, she's not one of those, she's not dunking around.
Imagine. Maybe they need to do that more often. Maybe they need to dunk on each other more.
She's not, but she is definitely one of those that they were comparing her to Steph Curry.
Whoa.
Because
that's big. That's big. That's great.
For the WNBA. Obviously.
Oh, here we go. You just got a hand. You got to give him that backhand, huh?
Okay. Dog, I'm just saying there is a difference.
There is.
Imagine if she went up. Imagine Caitlin Clark going up against Steph Curry. Kev, come on.
I think she's popular because she's white.
True.
Whoa.
True. Honestly,
buddy.
Buddy. I think I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. I don't think the black women of the WNBA like that she's putting up numbers.
That is 100% true because there is another.
She was fouled again and then like mocked after it by like another player. I don't remember. And her own home team was like, boo.
See,
maybe not like
so
that.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of controversy. There's a lot of controversy about that, sure, but I think I've seen a little bit of her game, okay, and I can't deny the fact that the girl puts up numbers. That's fact, okay, and she's getting recognition from a lot of people who, game recognizes game, as they say, So that, I believe, is like you got to give that credit to her. She is putting up number, and like you said, yeah, sure. A lot of the other black athletes in the WNBA are not happy about that because they think, and they've said this. A few of them have voiced their concerns. I would say that, well, we've been putting up numbers like this. Where was our recognition? But when you compare it, have you like that though?
Yeah.
Have you been putting numbers like Caitlin Clark has? So, anyways, I mean, I don't want to go on too much of a tangent on Caitlin Clark and the WNBA, but this is a good comparison. Why the men's should be getting paid more and the women's are just not there.
You could just put it to what it is. It's more exciting to see the men's sports than it is the women.
It is.
I mean, you just cut it down to you boil it, and this is what you're left with. The women's they're good. They're athletes. Not saying they're not.
Yeah.
But when you put it to the men's sport in almost anything, I think maybe the closest comparison would maybe be like tennis, because I mean, there's not really
Serena Williams and
right.
Even
it's close. That's
even
the closest.
Even
I think
then,
Serena admitted that like she wouldn't beat like the 200th ranked.
Well,
I mean, excitement wise, right? Because I mean,
sure, excitement.
Tennis isn't like super exciting. Golf is excitement wise, right? Because excitement and like that exhilarating adrenaline that you're watching when you're watching somebody play it is like that's.
I would consider tennis and golf a niche sport.
Very true. Honestly, I would agree with that as well.
Yeah, I would agree.
And there are certain groups of people that would
you know, because they start to really draw it away from each other. So they have to run up, and then the one guy's like, sorry, I just went off on a moment on my mind.
I think there's also something about like a high, fast-paced sport.
Yeah.
Like, football, basketball, hockey.
Oh yeah. Oh, maybe that's what they should do for the WNBA. When they get upset, they just start brawling out on the. That'll bring in numbers.
I mean, shit. There were some brawls because of Caitlin Clark.
They should, dude. Start throwing. You know what I'm saying? They just start meet up in the middle and bop, 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 bop.
I think the most insane part about this, personally, is like growing up playing sports is like, if that ever happened to like one of my teammates,
Oh yeah,
You know what's crazy?
that just adds to it. That'd be great.
like
It's
I would be fighting.
Whole team brawl.
Interesting that you mentioned the teammates part because I was following Caitlin Clark's story a little bit, and the fact that when she got fouled deliberately like that, apparently there was no backing from her teammates. There was no the support from her teammates was
Little to none?
barely there. Have you seen the NBA?
Oh,
When
dude.
one person gets bumped or a shoulder bump or like trash talked to, the rest of the team jumps at them.
They have people coming off the sidelines,
bro? Like
Side
Even the
court.
they
coaches
got
are
they got each other's back like that. But there was there was minimal support, almost none there visibly from Caitlin Clark's own team for her getting fouled like that and being trash talked to and all the but it's also sure.
You
go ahead.
mentioned Stephen A. Smith.
Yes,
You want to bring that up before we go back to Denmark?
I will.
Was this
Not
secret?
just yet because it's a little bit unrelated. I saw a clip of his that had me nonstop just dying. Okay, and if you want to pull up that clip really quick, I want you guys to watch this. But I want to bring it up towards the end. Okay.
Oh, okay. All right, just pull it.
Yeah, I
up,
want to
man.
bring it up towards the end.
Well, if we
look up Stephen A. Smith Mewtwo.
Oh, the Pokemon?
Yes.
Okay. All right, we'll pull that up at the end for it.
Yeah, just
But
because
to reel it back to Denmark, so how much roughly do we know how much like the men's Denmark team produces revenue wise?
Yeah. So I looked it up. I dug in a little bit, and the numbers may not be like 100% accurate, right?
Sure,
But
let's
it's
give a ballpark.
ballpark it around 200 million is what is estimated to be generated by the men's
So the women
Denmark's
are close?
Denmark's national soccer team generates around 200 million, right?
Sure.
Plus or more, minus,
Is that just the men's?
Now, that's just the men's. Now, the women's,
Yeah.
the counterpart is they're generating about 50 million or so. So you got 200 million and over, right?
Yeah.
And you got the women's generating about 50 million. And this is annually.
50 million. So
That's
okay,
still a lot of money.
that's still a lot of money. But if they want same, that's great. Like I don't. They denied taking a pay increase
The men's, yeah, they denied a pay increase.
until the women counterparts get the same amount of pay. I don't know where they think this pay increase is going to equate out to anything. Somebody on that soccer team didn't have a calculator, right?
I don't know how the entire men's national team came to an agreement on this. Like,
I
I'm
think
sure
I
there
know
is at
how.
least one or two people on that. I think the teams are consisted of like around 32 players or plus or minus a little bit.
6 people
Players,
on the
you
field. They're
know?
like, whoa, hold on.
Yeah.
I like to get paid. Hold on.
Exactly. Just like,
yeah. But I feel like in that sort of situation, if you go against the grain,
yeah,
now you kind of get attacked pretty heavily, especially by the team.
probably.
But even still, an entire team not taking a pay increase, again, this is
Yeah.
not the entire pay, but even an increase, depending on how much the increase is, you're not going to fill a gap of 150 million.
Yeah.
What are they thinking that very good on the valor, wow, cool, respect and everything. But at the end of the day, like you said, like if you're not bringing in that revenue, what are you doing? You're giving more money, and I'm not saying that people don't deserve money, but let's just put it like it is. They're playing a sport. right? They're not. All they're doing is providing entertainment.
Right.
So be happy anyone's paying for it. But at the downside, maybe instead the people who feel like the women's sports needs more money will support it more.
Yeah.
Right. I saw this was in Europe somewhere.
Yeah.
Where it was on a TV show. It was a news some news show, and I think it was kind of like not really like Fox or anything, but kind of like where they all kind of talked around, but it was still where they did news. It's kind of like The View. Have you heard of The View? Oprah's thing?
Yeah,
Or
yeah, yeah.
Whoopi Goldberg's thing?
Yeah, Whoopi Goldberg's thing.
It's kind of like that, but more news related. And the guy rebutted because the women were like, yeah, all the women should get paid. But obviously the women that were saying that they should get paid the same couldn't name a single team member.
Yeah.
Coaches, and they knew nothing statistic wise, but they wanted the women to get paid the same. And the guy was like, well, why don't you go? When's the last time you went to a women's sport team, bought some of their clothing or their apparel or did anything? And
that's a very good point.
That's where a lot of people who are so for the women's sports team getting paid the same fall short, because they're not willing to pay. They want them to get paid, but they're not providing any extra help for them to get paid.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like a lot of people, they'll be like these bandwagon supporters.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
One person says something and then blindly another person just speaks out, oh yeah, sure. They should get paid too. But it's a lot of those type of people that have zero knowledge about what the hell's going on, that have never went to a girls' women's soccer game. They have never watched one. They have, or maybe watched like one as compared to like watching the men's. So it's a lot of those type of people that show zero support or show little to no support.
Right.
But they always want to voice, oh yeah, give them equal pay.
They have a great thought, but they have no action behind it. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't make a difference.
I believe it's also like the value, right? Like each person, how to put this? Like each person, you have a special talent and you're selling yourself, right? When you're on that team, you bust your ass for all these years so that you can be that one shining star, and then that one person brings a lot of attention to that team. Now, it's interesting when you say like they couldn't name a single player on the team or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Compared to the men's teams, the Denmark national team, I can name you a bunch of them right now. At least like off the top of my head, I can name like 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. But compared to the women's, never heard of a single names of theirs. Don't even know who the coach is. So that's a thing.
And that's just how it is. And it's not that like, it's not wrong to not want to watch the women's. And if you have more enjoyment watching the men's soccer team, because like I said, it's more exciting. There's more adrenaline on the field. It's just, it's more exhilarating. They have they just play it in a better way. And, if you don't like that, then it's what it is. You know what I mean?
And we got to address the elephant in the room as well. Men's athleticism is just a little superior, if some people might say far superior than the women's athleticism.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. It's just it's the genetic makeup that is different, and you can't go.
Not to say that there isn't a woman who can't beat a man in anything sport related.
That is true. That is true. But in like, if we want to say in a general sense,
the men are going to play it better.
And speaking of that, there was, I believe it was last year or so. Can't remember the exact time frame, right? But there was American women's professional players, right? They called out Ryan Reynolds' Wrexham, and they called out Ryan Reynolds' team. I think they're called Wrexham.
Are they like top tier team or?
Well, that's the thing. Wrexham, at the time, was like 5th division. Now, for people who don't know, like, let me give you a quick look. Like overview, okay? So there's the English Premier League, right? The EPL.
Okay.
And then so that would be your like top tier. You're seeing it everywhere.
Okay.
You're seeing like Manchester United. Nope.
Oh, okay.
Manchester United, Man City and Chelsea and all these Liverpool, Arsenal, whatever.
Okay.
And then you got one tier below that.
Wrexham.
No.
Okay.
And then you got another tier below that.
Wrexham.
No.
Okay.
And then you got another tier below that. No. And then there comes like below that, which is not even qualifying for professional level soccer in the same federation of like the.
So we're not
English.
even pros.
So we're not even basically pros. Well, let's just say that.
Is it like a minor league?
This
So
will
for
be like
baseball?
yeah, sure. It would be like a minor league. These are teams that are more local that always fight to get qualified to play in the international
Gotcha.
level.
Gotcha.
And that's Wrexham.
Say yeah, and that's where they get like
And so the women's is
Now-
where does the women's are like the
top. Yeah,
so they're premier of their league.
yes,
And they win against nobody.
and they went up. It gets better. They went up against apparently retired, not even like current Wrexham teams, not even current players of the Wrexham, but retired players from the Wrexham team. They went up against them, and I have a little clip of them shit talking in the beginning. And Ryan Reynolds, you should be out here to watch this. How we thrash your team, which is the not necessarily Ryan Reynolds' team. It's more so of the retired players on from that team. So little clip. Watch this.
Ready?
You got it up,
This message
Kev?
is for Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney. 1, you should be here right now with your squad. 2, your team about to go down in North Carolina. Let's go! Let's go! USA! USA!
Carolina in a matchup that everyone wanted earlier today. She is in net. Kendall Fletcher defensively. So you've got Lloyd to go. We're underway here in the first half. Lewis Lloyd trying to cross in the middle and a first initial shot. Now the header.
Okay,
Another
all right.
Harris. 2 of them.
All right.
Now the
Well,
back post.
They're showing they're showing a little valor here.
Again, you got to be careful.
I mean,
There's a shot and there's a goal. First goal of the game goes to Wrexham.
That's not, okay, so he scored a goal.
Kev, how long is this?
No chance for the
She
keeper.
probably got
About 4
maybe
minutes.
something.
About 4 minutes.
Kinda
You
low
guys
speed
want to watch the
here
whole
by
thing, or you want to
Lloyd.
forward it a little bit?
Fires and scores back-to-back
That's a
goals.
nice little score right
here
there.
by Wrexham, and it's
Goal.
quickly
It's just
2-0.
2-0 though. It's
Went
not a big.
short
That's not
side
uncommon
here
in soccer,
against
right? Like 2-0. That's
2-0,
fine. They can
no,
just
that's
turn
turnover,
back
another
from-
shot.
Look at that!
here,
Look! She's
There
got it.
is
She's got it.
Trundle, and another
Okay,
kick
so they're gonna
saved
come
by
back. They're gonna
Harris.
come back from this. I guarantee it. I'm calling it now.
Harris
Yo,
again.
she's defense.
Oh my God!
She's
Good
all
goal.
defense.
Good goalkeeping. Good goalkeeping.
That's
Look at
what-
that.
that's what-
Look at
that's
that
why-
respect.
Top league, premier.
Now quickly on the counter. Another shot and another goal. And yes,
3-0.
it's Lewis Lloyd again.
That was she.
3-0 is not bad either.
Lewis
not
Lloyd
bad.
should count himself
But
very
they got
fortunate
strong
to have
defense.
gotten that ball.
They're gonna
His
come back.
tackles
In the
cost
English Premier
US
League,
women's
3-0
team
is kind of frowned
the players
upon,
around
but
them,
it's
and also
okay.
look
They're
for the
coming
players
back and
running
it's
off
still
of
not.
him. It's a big ask, but
No big.
Well, there's Trundle
So,
able to turn and get
4-0.
another goal. So
Okay.
now it's 4-0.
That dude looks kind of old too.
Well, yeah. I mean, look at him.
right on cue.
And now it's
Big
He's a
guy,
away.
but-
yeah,
little-
retired,
oh.
retired old dude.
Trundle able to keep it
Oh.
with the left, and Trundle with his
All right.
second
Well, I think
goal.
I've seen enough.
It's now 5-0.
Okay.
5-0, yeah.
Wrexham.
Okay. So that's kind of. Can you skip to the end? Let's see. There's probably like a turnaround time or something, right? Let's go. Just play from there. We'll see.
Here's a turnover.
Oh shit.
Jarvis, there it is.
Yep. Okay. Nope. You're done.
Game
You can turn it
over.
off. Nope. We're
12
done.
nothing.
12
We're fine.
Players and
That's the game.
players who've had amazing careers.
So,
Okay.
like, this is what I mean. Okay.
I don't think you need to say anything else. I think that's pretty definitive. You get paid fine. You get paid fine. Be happy with what you get. You're fine. You're fine. Stop complaining. You
It's not
beat it.
the same team.
It is
Huh?
not the same team. No. But isn't
No,
this
but-
team statistically
no.
better?
Statistically better than who?
The other
Denmark.
Denmark's women's team.
I will say this is U.S.
Yeah.
Now, any team compared to Europe,
Oh, not in the same.
not in the same league.
Oh, so Denmark
Europe-
maybe would have made
Europe
scores
is
too?
better. But let's just say this, okay? If Denmark's national team were to go up against U.S.'s national team, right?
Women's.
Let's just say men's for
Oh,
now.
okay.
Let me do a one-to-one comparison first. Men's national team of Denmark going up against men's national team of USA.
Denmark wins.
Denmark wins.
Okay. Let's do women's against the
I'm
men's.
just I'm saying this right now. Denmark wins. I've followed soccer for a long time and I know what I'm talking about.
I
And
don't even follow soccer. I could have told you that.
yeah,
No, what about a 1-1 with Denmark women's and USA women's?
Well,
Denmark
wins.
no,
What? You think?
Denmark.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I said. Denmark wins.
Yeah, Denmark wins.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, even so, sure, the U.S.
So U.S. women's team is
they have
just terrible.
won like 2 World Cups or whatever, but that was back in the days when they actually had some good players compared to like other women's team around the world. They no longer have that same team, honestly.
Gotcha.
So if like they lost to this recent World Cup, I think they were knocked out in it was either the group stage or the round of 16. They got knocked out pretty early. Anyways, so they're not the same team, but to demand the same equal pay as Europe's men's national team, Europe is different. They eat, breathe, and sleep soccer.
They be taking you out if you don't win. You come back and you haven't won. You don't come home.
Yeah. So like when you see things like this and they always want to demand in any sport, honestly, they always want to demand the same equal pay. I don't think that is fair because you just are not. It's all about how much revenue do you generate, how good of a star you are compared to the men's, and how good of an athlete you are compared to the men's.
Yeah, it just doesn't equate out.
It doesn't equate out. So I think you should get paid, based on your talents, based on the number of eyeballs you draw.
Yeah.
And the number of tickets you sell, the number of the amount of revenue that you generate.
Yeah, because I think honestly, it's kind of a backhand to any other team, specifically the men's, because if it more or less feels like participation awards and trophies that you would just be giving to the women's team because they want to get paid the same amount.
That's a very good point.
And then the men's is like, well, why am I putting so much effort?
She asked Denmark
to do what I'm doing. Yeah, they're willing to give up a so it's funny they give up a pay raise, but they're not willing to take a pay cut. Remember that though.
Yeah.
That
so how much do you really care?
Right. If you're like, no, I won't get paid another $10 million this year. That's fine. Women, they need it. Pay cut. What did you say?
That's a good point.
They're not taking a pay cut, so
that's a
just
good
calling
point,
it like
man.
it what it is. They're willing to take a pay raise away.
And I think this whole participation thing is honestly getting annoying because I feel like this is kind of like getting to the forefront of everything nowadays.
Yeah.
You don't do well, but still you're demanding more money, and people are like, "Oh yeah, we should give them."
Yeah.
For what? This whole participation bullshit is getting on my nerves. Like, it's about that meritocracy thing. You know what we were talking about? I think honestly is like the whole participation trophy thing needs to stop.
Watching words, MAI listening to us right now. You got watching words. Yeah, there it is. You fixing to hit a couple of words there, and they putting a combine that together.
I'm just saying, you got to give credit where it's due, and you got to stop with the participation trophy, and
100%.
you got to pay the people what they deserve, not pay the people what they want and what they don't deserve.
Yeah, facts, 100%.
I think
you heard him. You heard him. I think that's it. I think that's a closed case on that.
Yeah, I think that's all I wanted to say about this because I saw this and I was like, nah, I got 2 cents about this.
No.
And so the final thing that I want to close out on was this one thing on Stephen A that I came across. Bro, I saw this and I could not hold myself together, okay? In the manner that this man carries himself in the whole time with this had me geeking, okay?
Is this just unrelated or?
This is unrelated,
Gotcha.
but because we were talking about Stephen A, and he is probably the biggest sports commentator, face of ESPN, I would say. I wanted to cover this really quick because he's pretty serious.
Yeah, the top one should be good.
Click the go to the top one.
LM_Prex, Prex, that's right. At 6'7", was it Mutu?
Mood?
That how you
Mutu?
pronounce his name? Mutu could beat LeBron in a game to 21. 6'7", 269 pounds.
You see what's going on right now?
One-on-one.
He's never.
right here.
He's relating Mewtwo
You know.
He's
To
doing
beat-
a one-on-one comparison between
against LeBron.
You know.
He's
It
looking
says
too
here.
hard.
I don't know. Abilities, pressure, unnerved, hidden ability. All right, so he's got composure.
What is it?
Yeah.
He's trying so hard.
Anticipate
Dog.
moves and stuff like that. Yeah, maybe he could pull it off. I mean, from the looks of him, he might scare LeBron. LeBron might want to shoot nothing but jump shots. Might not want to come near him. That could be a problem. And that long tail, you never know. Might strip him. Yeah, I can say that. It's a miracle. I'm not saying it definitely would happen, but it's possible. It's possible. Let's go.
Bro, I hate Stephen A, man.
What the?
Bro, this
What?
dude is funny, bro.
He said he got composure. You know, I got them hidden abilities. Bro, he's a psychic type. Respect on his name. He's a legendary. All right? If you don't put respect on Mewtwo's name.
He said, could Mewtwo beat LeBron James? Well, I don't know. Well, let's see here. I mean, he's
6'7", 200 pounds. He got composure. He got that tail though.
That could strip the ball away.
You could trip him.
Shoot the
LeBron
ball
might
away.
want to shoot jumper shots. might not want to get near him. He might scare him.
Mewtwo's winning 100% though. If you guys were wondering,
Right, yeah.
every day of the week. It's not even a question. What are you?
Bro, are
kidding
you
me?
kidding me? He's gonna either stop the jumper shots or any shots. I mean, he's gonna stop LeBron James dead in his track with his little psychic
He's just
powers.
gonna walk up there. Zoom, 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 zoom. It's done.
He's gonna use LeBron James as a basketball.
All right.
Be the most horrific version of Space Jam you've seen in your life.
Oh my god.
Oh,
All right, man.
jeez.
That was a little fun thing I wanted to show you guys. All right, well, that's all we have for today. Yeah.
That's it, dude. Be happy with what you get paid. Stop
Right.
your complaining. Let us know in the comment section what you guys feel about everything here.
Yeah. Do the women's national team get paid fairly or unfairly? Let us know. And with that, well, if you guys enjoyed the content that we shared today, please like, subscribe for more content like this, and go over to our Spotify channel. Follow us for a great commute listen. And with that being said, we are out of here.
See ya.